This is a case for the Mondays, a very special Memorial Day edition. Today we will talk about a few things that we like about Memorial Day and Boston Celtics versus the Golden State Warriors. It's all coming up next. This is a case for the Mondays. I am Adam Marino. As always, joining me is hailing from the underneath of a Alabama hat, Caleb Westra. And Caleb's going to introduce our guest and explain why he's wearing an Alabama hat.
So, starting out, Roll Tide Roll. Got love for Alabama now.
But no Michigan?
No, Michigan's still number one. In fact, Michigan is everything to me. And in fact, one of my new best friends, Devin Wright, my blue brother, is joining us on the show. From here on out, we have a lot of crazy things that have happened in the last week by just the act of God and networking and putting things into fruition by just working and trying to do it right.
So it is wild. We're going to talk about our guest here, but I feel like if we let Caleb explain the story, it'll take 97 minutes.
Yes.
So
if you want to let
here is the best version that we're going to give you. So basically, what happened is through a mutual friend, I met one of our new producers, KP Certified, and he kind of hooked us up to this whole new world that we're going to be diving into. As again, this is a very special Memorial Day show. It's going to be available to you sooner than what we usually post. And the reason being is we wanted to talk about some things that have happened, talk a little bit about Memorial Day and what it means to us. But basically what happened is we met Devin, who will be on the show now as well. And I'm going to let him explain what he brings to the table and if he can power through a session with us and make it all the way through.
I'm all for that. I cannot wait. I got the chance to check out you guys' last episode with B. Davis live in the studio. It was phenomenal.
You knew B, right?
Yeah, he actually hit me very hard my senior year.
That's funny. We talked about that when he left.
Right.
So shout out to B for smacking
Yeah, he smacking
my boy over
But
here.
I was killing him. I had 2 touchdowns that game, so it was all good though.
You took he got the hit, but you got the
I had
buds.
a couple tubs.
Yeah, all right.
But he did. I give him his credit. He fucked me up. Real good. It was a real good hit.
It
He's a
sounds
big
like
boy.
you're still feeling it, is what
I
it sounds
am,
like.
man.
Like,
I am.
man, you all right over
As soon
there?
as I seen him, I was like, man, I should have cut that different way because you tore me up, bro. Good hit.
You bobbed when you should.
That was the only time he got me though, because I was slipping through the other tackles.
Yeah.
But he got me that time.
yeah.
So it was just kind of funny the way that we had a guest on and you was in the studio checking us out, and you knew the guy. It was the first time we even met B. Like we had never met him before.
And that's just another thing that goes to show, like, the craziness of, like, being a part of certain things and networking. Like, we knew him from the Sports Debate group that we had talked about previously on the episode. But the crazy thing is, too, is he was like, oh, yeah, I helped create the Sports Debate.
Right.
So he was
cool.
like,
That's cool. That's fire.
yeah, we had no idea he was one of the creators.
We just wanted to have him on because I found out he was a Golden State Warriors fan. And that kind of leads us to, we wanted to talk Memorial Day. And definitely, speaking of the Warriors, everyone saw the clip of Steve Kerr kind of getting emotional and just saying, when are we going to stop saying thoughts and prayers about something when, another mass shooting involving doesn't it hit different when it's kids?
Yeah, especially when you have kids. For example, I take my daughter to school every morning, so I couldn't imagine the parents, the fathers, the mothers, dropping their kids off to school
and thinking, I'll pick you up at 3:30, like every other day,
Mm-hmm.
and getting a phone call
and as for you of having kids, me working at an elementary school
Yeah,
and having those kids, you know, like
it definitely be some.
I don't know about everybody else, but the way I look at it is like I take these kids in as my own because
Facts.
I feel like that's what they need.
And you don't know their home life.
No.
You don't know, so you're just trying to be.
I've tried to provide the best experience for them so that they love school, and sorry.
So should schools enforce security at every exit
That's where
entry?
I'm getting
Is that the
emotional
best case?
because safety for me is one of the biggest things. A kid won't come to school if they don't feel safe, and these kids have so much media influence, and they're on things that we weren't on when we were kids. They're gonna see this stuff. They're not gonna want to come to school. Luckily, it's summertime. Let's make plans now in school districts. Make plans now. How are you gonna better secure your doors? How are you going to better secure your grounds?
Yeah.
What's it like? How much will it cost to get metal detectors in your school? How much? Like, I'm not saying this is all the answer, but we have to figure it
But
out.
have the
Somebody knows
conversation.
but somebody knows the answer in America, and why not build a basis for a safe? Like, they know the numbers. They know there is somebody out there that's crunched these numbers, that has come up with calculations, plans, everything.
The big thing is to have the conversation, because I've heard people say, oh, let's only give one entrance so that you can block that off, and then, well, what if there's a fire? You need multiple
You
exits.
need
I'm not-
multiple.
multiple.
But let's at
and-
least have the conversation to where it can make sense and we can keep the kids safe. I mean, a child shouldn't have to ask his parents if, can you imagine a 6-year-old saying, I don't want to go to school today because I'm afraid I'm going to get killed. Now, normally a kid says that and you're like, well, he just didn't do his assignment and he doesn't want to go to school.
Yeah.
But now there are 6-year-olds that
because
they
they
don't
see this
understand how
shit.
the world
They see
works.
this shit. They see this shit live. They see everything that's going on in today's society, and it hurts, dude. Like the only thing that traumatized me from like being a kid and seeing stuff, which we really didn't have media. You had to be watching the news with your parents,
Right.
but was 9/11. I was in first grade.
Sure.
I
sure.
So
remember
like, but what we've seen in the last 5 years, we see stuff every like
And
month.
kids don't understand.
We see some every month or once a month or once every week even, and these kids don't understand. Like, they don't understand that somebody could come into your school and physically harm you.
Right, and a kid's brain isn't fully developed yet anyway to fully understand the significance of things like that, and they don't understand
And repercussions
anyway.
about joking about bringing guns and stuff like that.
Right.
And like, how do we teach the youth about guns in a good way?
Well, and that's what Steve Kerr was kind of just getting upset. He didn't even want to talk about the game. He just said, "Look, we're going to play the game. We're going to go out there and play, but when are we going to just stop saying thoughts and prayers, and when are these
When we give a
senators
moment
gonna
of silence. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired of doing moments of silence, right?
Yeah,
Like,
tired of that.
I'm-
It has to be some type of action.
right.
Yeah.
So we'll be interested to see, if there is a movement on that. I mean,
And hopefully, if we find that out and there's ways we can help out, like, we'll definitely try to promote whatever we can. Being a little smaller market right now, but your voice is your voice, and
Right.
you'll never be heard unless you speak.
and sometimes people say, why try to make a difference? And I feel like sometimes the reason why you want to voice your opinion or want to have a voice is also because you don't want the world to change you. Maybe you yourself cannot change the world, but you're not going to let the world change you. And if everyone has that outlook, actually you
Yeah.
can make a change. So even if you are someone that feels like you yourself can't make a change, I still think it's important to think about these things sometimes, because you don't want the world to make you a different person.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the Warriors. They have been waiting for their opponent for quite some time, and
days, yeah.
just yesterday, finally, we stayed up late and watched the game. And man, it started off going back and forth. Miami looked like they were dead in the water, and then finally Jimmy Butler showed up. But then in the end, it was Boston. So now, what do you guys think? obviously I'm biased, and I think the Warriors are going to win by 40 every single game, and it's going to be a 4-0 sweep.
I think
So-
it might be 4-2.
4-2.
You think so?
4-2 Warriors.
I'm gonna go 4-3 Warriors.
So it's going 7.
Yeah,
And Game 7 will be in the Yay area.
and that's the only reason I'm picking the Warriors. This is my thing. If Al Horford can show up, he's gonna cause some problems down low. A veteran player knows how to play against these guys. He's seen the Warriors probably
I am
hundreds of
happy.
times.
I will say I am happy for Al Horford. I'm happy for any Kobe disciple.
Tatum, yeah.
And Tatum has
He is
kind of shown
definitely.
out.
He had the Kobe
you know,
band on today.
We'll never refer to him as a former Duke player. It's always gonna be
He's
Kobe.
definitely known as Duke Tatum.
No,
That's what I call him,
no,
Duke Tatum.
no. It's just Kobe disciple.
Duke
That's
Tatum.
I do like his game. I like Jaylen Brown. I don't think they have enough to figure out the Warriors' ball movement and
They
shooters.
split the season series 1-1.
they got to start playing defense. I think Marcus Smart's got locked down. Whoever he's on.
Man, that is a
But
fun. Ooh, that's a
It's
fun
gonna be a fun
matchup.
matchup. I can see Draymond and Marcus getting into it, running into each other. Draymond
Yep.
coming for a pick, and Marcus just putting him on his
Do you
ass.
guys remember Karl Malone and Dennis Rodman when they got tangled up and
Yeah.
they fell down, and then they each fell down 3 times, making the other person fall, and they got
Yeah.
texts? Like, that is exactly
What
a
this
Marcus
series is
Smart,
gonna be.
Draymond Green type of
No,
situation.
that definitely. I'm excited for that. And like I said, I'm not hating on the Celtics or the Warriors. I just want to see a good series.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad we can watch this. Like, it's gonna be so fun to follow
It's
with
definitely
us.
gonna be exciting.
We're definitely gonna be posting content, media. Like I said, guys, this game is changing for us in the podcast industry, and we can share more about that later. But I'm just excited to be able to share more
most
content
definitely.
with you
This
guys.
This is fun. We definitely dive in and learn a lot more about each other. But this experience is gonna be
So
dope.
so we all
sure.
we all agree the Warriors.
Yeah, we feel.
I'm a big Duke fan, so I like Jason Tatum, but I never liked the Celtics. Never.
And just realistically, I mean, I just don't think the firepower is there.
No. And I think
They didn't win a
if
lot
it-
of Game 7s on this way to the
I
championship.
mean, this is the Warriors to lose.
Yeah, I mean,
So like
the
Steph
Celtics
Steph has that, but they have the cheat code, bro. Like they have what it takes. They have the game plan, everything. They stick to it, and they play, and everybody's healthy. They win.
They win.
If one of them goes down, Clay or Steph, they still
lose.
might win, but it's going to be a lot closer, and somebody's going to have to step up, like Poole or Draymond or whoever, Wiggins.
It-
might ha- you know,
can
whoever-
name 5 other guys though. To
I'm just saying-
It
I'm-
could be
I'm
Otto
just saying-
Porter. It can be Gary Payton coming
Yeah.
back.
Coming
It can-
back.
I mean,
Yeah.
It can be.
He's
look
clear,
at
he's
him.
cleared.
6
He's
guys.
cleared for the finals.
It could be Iguodala coming back.
Yeah.
He's had a back issue because he's 48 years old. So,
Yeah.
but he could be coming.
But I'm
back.
just saying,
I
like
mean,
these guys got to step up, and they can't just be Steph and Clay.
Yeah, and looking at the 2 games the 2 games they played, the first game it was a blowout with the Celtics winning 110-88. But in that game, Wiggins didn't play and Curry went out with an ankle injury and only
That
had
was
3
the-
points.
now
That was the
is
last
gonna
game
be-
that they played.
We are really going to have to watch that because the media is about to be all over this because Steve Kerr called Marcus Smart dirty for, what he did to Steph Curry. Now, I watch a lot of basketball. I didn't think it was
A dirty play.
play, but Steve Kerr's sticking up for his guy.
Yeah, as he should.
As he should. But the media is going to have that play over and over. They're going to interview Steph. He's going to roll his eyes like, can we talk about something else? Like, because
Yeah,
that's how
what
Steph is.
does.
And so, but it is going to be interesting to see. They're going to, I feel like, be ready. It's coming. They're going to be talking about that. Marcus Smart versus Steph Curry. And which is weird. You forgot about it because Steph has been playing pretty well. And you forget. You don't even look at his ankle when he runs. Like, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. We do want to talk a little bit about, we said this was the special Memorial Day show, and we kind of wanted to explain what's happening. So first, I want to kind of get into maybe some Memorial Day, I'll say, memories, like favorite things that you guys have done. And I definitely will start because I believe it's something that everyone should do at least one time, whether you hate racing or
Yeah.
you love it. To one time go to the Indy 500. It is worth it because it's more an experience. It's like saying go to Italy just to visit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even about the race. I do not really follow racing, but it was more, it's like you can fit the Dallas Cowboys stadium. You can fit what the Roman Empire used to have.
Here's what I found.
As Surrey is like trying to find something about the Indy 500. Here's what I found. Not today, lady.
That's something else we're adding to is like live series updates to the show.
Yeah. She just doesn't know it, and so. But you can fit like 9 stadiums, 8 golf courses, all inside the racetrack. Yeah. It's that big. So the racetrack actually also has its own zip code. It is that big. What? Yeah. Yes. The
My
Indy
man's
500,
shook.
bro, is crazy.
My man is shook over here.
Like, it is
Wow.
nuts. So it's an experience. There's like famous bands that go and they have like a rave, and like there's people that are drunk from the word go. Like 8 a.m., they're already hammered.
Because they camped out the night before.
Dude, it is unbelievable.
You wake up
Now,
drunk.
If you're not a race fan, once you go one time, you don't need to do it again, to be honest. And I went to the 100th running. So it was completely sold out. It was completely a big deal because the 100th of anything, think about
always
Super
big.
Bowl 100. What the things they're going to do. You know what I mean? Like, it's just different. So I went to that,
only
bro.
like
It
at
was
57, ain't it?
crazy. It was crazy, man.
Okay, let's make a pact. The 4 of us are going next year to the 500. Let's do it.
Yes,
We in there.
Even if it's for a day or
We in
two.
a live podcast of the Indy
Live
500.
podcast. Let's go camping. Let's do what we need to do. Have fun.
We may have to take Brewhound Bus because Brewhound Bus is one of our sponsors, so they will pick you up and take you to a Colts game in Indy, or we will go to Indianapolis, so that might be a thing. We can take the 4 of us and then 6 other friends.
Maybe we could do either
IU
friends,
Michigan game.
and then we could do one maybe giveaway, like a contest.
Right.
We got a whole year to figure that out. But
Exactly. We literally have a year because it just happened today, which we like to talk about, a case maker and things like that. Today's a little different, and we'll kind of explain why. But you talk about the underdog, and the dude that won was plus 1,800.
Yeah.
Which means he wasn't supposed to win, bro.
At all.
No.
He
No.
was not supposed to win. It was the first time that he had won. Kevin, how do you? I don't know the official pronunciation.
Erickson.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if because it's spelled weird.
Yeah, it's Kevin Erickson. I believe is how you say it.
Where's he? Where's he from?
Well,
Wait, are we asking Surrey?
yeah.
Here's
Siri,
here's
where
what I
is
found.
Kevin Erickson from?
Let's
I found this on the web.
I
do you
think that's
have?
the wrong Kevin Erickson.
You got like a guy who was like in the movies or
Indeed,
something.
like some Indeed guy.
Some relative.
This is how much we really don't follow.
His name is Marcus Anderson.
No, that's not.
Yes.
We don't even know his name.
Marcus Erickson wins the Indy 500.
Right. That's what we're saying, Marcus Ericsson.
But the cool thing is he left Formula One to become a global superstar. And now he's a Swedish driver and he won the Indy 500.
Okay, he is Swedish. Okay, that's what. Because his spelling, how do you spell his last name?
Ericsson. Like,
Yeah, so
like,
I was like,
Like
what?
Eric's
How do you-
son.
yeah,
He's
like,
Eric's son.
like, wasn't Eric the Great? Not Eric the Great.
It's
What's
like-
that Viking? There's an Ericsson. Leaf
Ericsson.
Ericsson.
So, yeah, he was, like we said, plus 1,800 odds to win. And so that was a cool experience for Memorial Day. What about you guys?
The barbecue.
Oof,
I love the food.
man.
Do you have
Family
one this
time.
weekend yet?
Said what?
Do you have one this weekend
Oh
yet? Or
yeah,
you
my
planning
granny
on-
girl. She cooked up some good good cookings like always. I actually got a plate in the car
with all the fixings.
with all the fixings on
All
there. Yeah, super good. And then my mom's side of the family probably still, they probably done partying. Yeah, just like the good cooking, the good food, the vibes, drinks, carbs, all that good stuff.
Yeah. For me, it's lake. Is the lake? I go to Lake James.
Oh, lake season.
Like James.
I go to the sandbar. That's why, like,
Justin Bieber was caught there.
sometime
a few years ago.
Yeah, and I think Eminem's dead or something. I don't know.
Yes. I
Yeah,
heard
it was
that
some.
too.
It was some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I look exhausted right now. I'm sunburnt. I keep looking in the camera. I think I have a black
burnt
eye,
to-
but maybe
burnt
I think
crisp.
that's just the shade. Yeah,
you
my
matched
arms.
the hat.
Yeah, in my shirt, it kind of all blends together. You think I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt right now?
So we have to talk about. So we said you match the hat, and so
Yes.
we really want to tie in everything and talk about Alabama because what we're going to be doing. Well, I'll give you a chance. We have a little bit of time left in the show, so I'm
Okay.
going to let Caleb not talk for 97 minutes.
No, I won't.
So go ahead.
All right. So, as some of you may know, we do our notes for Monday's show on Sunday. And usually we meet at a local bar or restaurant. We talk, we watch sports, obviously.
Yeah, go over what
and
we're
we
gonna talk about.
go out what we're talking about. So this particular Sunday was last Sunday, and we were meeting at the pub at 1802. Great spot, love it. Hit
Yep.
it up. Meet us there. We'll do whatever. I'm pulling in 8:00. Boom, on the money. Marino calls me. He's like, "Hey, I'm coming. By the way, this dude's coming. His name's KP. We're gonna meet. We're just he's like, don't worry, don't freak out. Like, he's gonna help us with the pod, but we're just bros having dinner." I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So we get in there. We're talking. He shows us some footage, some mini document series stuff that they have done in the past, and we get connections going, and then we're flowing, and this turns into that, and we talked about. He brought up his music video.
Yep,
My
certified
City,
and- yeah.
certified, with Nizzy Nice and all them boys in there. And I remember being, in high school and that blew up. So
And we
we're
were
all
legit
yeah,
fans. Like we,
Yeah.
with
like,
the red
I probably
tin cap,
tin
fitted
cap
on.
fitted on.
Yeah.
And just to let y'all know, my boy KP got Mike Nutter to get the red.
That is
red
crazy.
thing.
Breaking
Yeah, they
news.
didn't have it before that. And
Breaking
now
news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, changing the game before changing the game was a thing. So long story short, we get to talking. He introduces us to somebody he works for, and that guy's name is Mark Mohammed. And Mark deals with NIL deals in college athletes. And in my
And that's
head,
big time because of what has happened. When you think about the idea that college athletes could not be
Compensated.
paid and
Yeah.
just think of all the in the last 5 years when it wasn't legal, the players that have kind of their names got in trouble, or even back before that, Reggie Bush and all this
Yeah,
stuff. And
all
now
this
look
stuff.
at it, you have quarterbacks going to Ohio State or Alabama who have not played it down yet and
then
have signed
transfer, yeah.
$1 million deals.
and then
So-
transfer.
Right.
Literally
And then
transfer to a new
transfer, bro.
college.
And get
It
it
is-
again from another
Yes.
college.
Yep.
It is crazy.
So this thing happens. He's telling me this. He's like, we'll set up a meeting. Okay, cool. I don't know what this guy's gonna, do, what he's gonna offer us and all this stuff. So long story short, 5:20 the next day, we're going live in the studio, and KP, Devin, and Mark show up in the background. They sit in, they listen. I look at Marino kind of like, oh, it's on. This is an interview now. Legit. It's on. We have to kill this show.
And we had a good show with B.
And B helped. I'm so grateful for you, B. I promise you, if we make it big, we're gonna put you on. You flowed with us really well. So I wrap this up by saying, we met with him after, shook Mark's hand. He's a great guy. Told us everything we want to hear, and then he goes, "What are y'all doing June 9th?" And I said, "I'm free." He goes, "Hey, why don't you guys come down with us to Alabama?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, the University of Alabama."
Wait, let me think about it. Yes, okay.
Yes, okay. Oh,
Yes,
by the way,
please.
you're going to be golfing in the Alabama football golf outing with us and representing our company. And I have 5 guys signed
for you to interview.
for you to
and-
interview and to straight just blow up their coverage of their NIL and to promote these guys and to promote the underdog, the people that don't know how to get their names out, the people that are good enough to make it to the NFL, to the NBA, to WNBA, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And this opportunity has fallen in all of our laps. And that's where Devin comes in and joining us on the show because we met through them. And we are so excited not only to have 2-3 new best friends, but to really do some big things in not only Fort Wayne, but this whole country.
Absolutely.
And give these
Shine
kids
that
a
light.
chance to
Tell their stories.
to tell their stories, to make money, to start their own businesses. Because if we all went pro, what we wanted to do, and we can go into stories later. I know Devin's got a cool story about being an underdog and trying to make it pro. But if we all did that, the pros would be too big. No, not everybody makes the pros. These kids have an opportunity to make money so that they can start off fresh out of college, get a degree, and then have the business going. They can pay for stuff. Single moms are getting homes from their kids.
Right.
This is bigger than us, guys. I'm excited, and that's our why. We're doing it for the underdog. That's our why. That's why we do it, and we've all been one ourselves. So if you guys have anything else to kind of input on that before we wrap the show up a little bit.
Basically, all we want to say is to stay tuned that we are going to fine tune some stuff and really focus in on kind of the underdog as an underlying theme and still have fun, still talk about things on the show, but also highlight some of the people that we get to talk to and that we get to help and really, like Caleb said, blow up the coverage of that. So
Yeah, for sure.
So stay tuned. We will be back in 2 weeks. So we're going to take a week off and really fine tune some stuff. And we will be back in 2 weeks. Stay tuned, though. Before that, we'll keep you posted and let you know.
Yes, sir.
And we will see you in 2 weeks. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yep.